So when we think about optimism and hope, one of the things that I think we need to really think about is what generates a sense of optimism and hope. Optimism is really built off of having this sense of control over things that are important to us. Right now, during the pandemic, it can seem difficult for us to have that, given that there's so many things that are different now for us. Our routines are different, we're staying at home, we're keeping physical distance from friends and from other colleagues. So it's very difficult for us to have that sense of normalcy for us, a sense of control over what we normally do. So what I really recommend for people is to focus on those things at home that you do have control over. For example, setting up a nice meal for you and your family, being able to spend some time outside with your close loved ones that you're living with, so that you can have that time of just some sort of normal routine. And I think that normal routine and focusing on what you can control can increase that sense of optimism. What we know is that when things are very out of control for us, it can make that feeling inside of us that we can't control anything, and then that can lead to that sense of pessimism. So we want to make sure we're really focusing on those things that we can't control. Secondly, when we think about hope, hope is that deep feeling that things are going to get better. And another way to think about that is to look forward into the future to things that we want to see happen, that we know will happen. For example, right now it's a beautiful day outside, beautiful blue sky. The springtime is definitely hitting here. And I think it's important for us to think about those things that we know are coming to us that will be good. So, for example, setting up a video call or a phone call with someone you love in the near future. Do it daily. Can give you something to look forward to and give you a sense of hope. We know that, for example, that this pandemic is going to go away at some point. That's an important thing to think about. So when we think about those things that we do know are going to happen, that we care about, it can give us a new sense of hope and optimism. And the last thing I want to say with that is really thinking about how we're taking in information. When we take in a lot of news information, a lot of information about the pandemic, and it's being given to us in this kind of heavy dosage, it can really lead to a sense of pessimism and lack of hope because the information right now is so negative. So really try to limit yourself to maybe 2 times a day information that's coming in, because in reality that new information is not really changing a lot of what we need to do at this point. So it's kind of just information on information on information that's all negative. So we have to really shift away from that and focus on those things that we can control, the things we love in our lives, and then the people we love. So I hope this has been helpful for you, and have a great day.